Paper Pumpkin kit. This was the May Paper Pumpkin kit, and this was the one that was available to buy in the UK. And I'm using the stamp set, and I'm using the Feather and For You. The Paper Pumpkin kit is still available to buy. If you go onto my shop, you'll be able to buy it from there. If you're local to me, I've actually got some in my studio. So I've got a piece of, this is mint macaron. You can use whatever colour you like. And this is a normal A4 size across. So that's 21 centimetres. And coming down, I've cut it to 26 centimetres. So it's a little bit shorter. And we're going to do some scoring. I'm going to start scoring at 10.5, which is just a normal half of the A4. And then we're going to turn it round and we're going to score at 14.9. And then we're turning it back round again to our 10.5. So go to our 10.5. And we're going to use our cutter this time, our cutting blade, and we're going to go up to that first score line. So now I want to turn this back round to 14.9. And we want to go, take our blade to the top. We're going to just come down to 10.5 centimetres. So that's score line. So this is what we're left with. You can use this for a different project. So just using our scissors, we just want to make sure that you get any score line off of this piece here. So we're going to do a little bit of folding and burnishing. So we're going to fold this in half. So this is just our normal card. And then this bit is a little bit extra, and that is going to fold in this way. So you might find you need to take a little bit off there so that you can fold this card in half. And we're going to make a flap here. And what I'm going to be putting in there is these little sunflower seeds. Now I bought these from Wilkinson's, and I put this little sticker that I had in my stash over the price, so you can't see the price. And they are going to be popping into our card here. Or you could flip that over onto the back and put them in the back. So before we do that, we need to make this bit a little bit smaller. Using my pencil and my ruler, I'm just coming from the bottom 5 centimetres. I'm just going to put a little pencil line there, so you can see it there. So my pencil mark is there, and I'm putting it into the cutting groove there, and my little point is going in the other end of the cutting groove. And then getting my blade, I'm going to put my start in the middle and go like that, and then we've got a nice clean cut there. And then this can go over like this, or as I said, you can put it at the back like that. So we're actually going to do a tiny bit of stamping now. So I have a piece of thick Whisper White, and this is 10 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres, so it's just a tiny bit smaller than the base of our card. And I'm using Memento Black ink, and I'm going to start by stamping down the bottom of the card. And then I'm inking up my feathers, and I'm just going to randomly stamp these all over my card. I'm going to do a tiny bit of colouring. I'm going to be using my Stampin' Blends, and I've got a variety of colours here, but they're mainly blues and greens, and I'm not going to do that on camera, so I'll show you when I finish. I've coloured my feathers in, and I've used lots of different blues, and they're all listed on my blog post if you want to see what colours I've used. And I've stamped the feather image onto a small post-it note, and I've just fussy cut that out. I've gone round and fussy cut it because I'm actually going to be using this part rather than this part. I've just got my embossing buddy, and I'm just going over because we're going to do a little bit of embossing. So I've just stuck these over 2 of my feathers. I'm just going to do a little bit more my embossing buddy, and using the same stamp set, I've got the little splotches, And I'm going to use my Versamark and I'm going to just stamp over my feathers. And then if we take that off, I'm using my silver embossing powder. This is Stampin' Up! Embossing powder, but I've put it in a little Tupperware pot to make it easier to use. And then I'm going to go and heat emboss that, and then I'm going to carry on and finish all of the feathers in the same way. I've cut a piece of Whisper White here at 10 by 11 centimetres, and then I've just, I actually laid it on there, put a pencil line behind, and then cut it to get the right angle. And then you may find that you need to cut from the bottom if it doesn't quite fit, so you may need to do a little bit of shimmying around with it. But cut from the bottom, don't, once you've got your line going across, don't cut there again, cut from the bottom. And I'm actually going to do some more stamping. Now I've just brought in another stamp set, and this is the Perennial Birthday. This is carrying over from last catalogue, and it's one of the sentiments says, "Today blooms just for you." And I thought that was perfect because obviously we're going to have seeds in here. So I'm going to ink that up with black. I'm just going to put that down the bottom now. And then I'm bringing in the little flower stamp that comes from the May Paper Pumpkin kit. Just put something underneath there so I don't get it on me piercing mat. I've just stamped around the edge there, and then I have another piece of Whisper White here. Let's move that to one side, which is going to go on the inside of our card. So I've just cut that at 10 by 14.4 centimetres just to go on the inside there, and that's where we're going to write our message, and we can also put another sentiment there if we'd like to. I've inked up one of the swallows, and I'm just going to have that down the bottom of the card there, and then we can write on there. If you want to put a sentiment on there, you could do that as well. I wasn't planning on colouring this, but in the end I did, because I wanted to add the mint macaron to go with the background, and then I used the balmy blue, which I used on the front, and I wanted to get a little bit of yellow in to go with my pack of sunflower seeds there. I'm actually going to start putting this together now. So we're going to stick this piece on first, and then I'm going to put this piece on in here. Just be careful when you're putting this together that you're putting the pieces of paper in the correct position. She says, putting it in upside down. So I'm going to actually put my seeds in the inside. I was thinking about doing it on the outside. I'm going to put the front one on as well. So on the inside of my flap, I've got some of this really thin tape, double-sided tape, if I can find the end. And I want to put that right on the edge here, because we still want enough room to slide our seeds in. I've taken off the backing. I'm just going to close that up, and then we can insert our seeds in there. So I'm just going to add some of these sequins. So these are the basic adhesive backed sequins, and you get lots of you get various colours with them, and I'm just going for these white ones. I'm just going to randomly pop these on. Okay, and I think I'm happy with that now. I think that's got enough bling on there for me. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you are interested in any of the product I've used, go to the description below and click onto my blog link, and there will be a list of product used there. Thanks for watching. Bye.